I'm making this video because maybe someone else will have some other type of knowledge on something, and something will maybe resonate with them more, and they will be able to understand something else. But the video is covered because I have a stamp over my camera, and speaking direct because I hate YouTube videos that don't. So I had a reoccurring nightmare as a small child, toddler, like 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old, over and over again. And it was at a Lowe's parking lot in a makeshift tent that they used to sell like Christmas trees and shit around Christmas time, but they weren't selling Christmas trees, they were selling pumpkins. So it makes me think it was around October. And there was a mark on everything, and the mark looked like the Punisher skull, like the Punisher logo skull, but like it had big fangs on the side of it, and it wasn't as long in like the teeth area, so it was shorter. But it had bigger fangs on the side, and it was just on everything, like every pumpkin, every pencil, every piece of paper, every table, like the tent, the floor, the poles, everything. It was just on every single thing, which is weird. And the adults and children were all separated under the tent and separated by a chain link fence in the middle. The adults all on one side and the children on the other side. And I'm not sure if the adults were in a line with the children where I was. We were all lined up single file. And I was screaming over and over again in the line for my mom because I could see her across the way, across the chain link fence. And I was just screaming the whole time in line. I felt like I was in line for eternity screaming, but like not a single sound would come out of my voice. And she couldn't hear me the entire time, to the point where one by one the kids at the front were getting bent down, bent over, and bit and on the neck by this gargoyle looking old guy. And and I was just screaming the whole time until I got to the front, and then still no sound was coming out, and then he bent me over and bit me on the neck, and I'd wake up. And then I have that dream over and over and over again to the point where it's cemented in my head, obviously, because now I'm 26, and this was like 20 something years ago that I would have this nightmare. And people's, jeez, people might want to say that, oh, he just watched too many cartoons as a kid. Like, this was definitely before, like, I was watching cartoons. Like, it was before my mom would even, like, put on the TV. And, like, I was completely incoherent. Like, I was 1 or 2 years old. Like I said before, like 4 years, up to 4 years old, because it went all the way up to then. But it started at, like, 1 or 2 years old. And just for years, it would just be a recurring nightmare. And yeah, that's it. So if anybody can hear anything in that they understand, or what the fuck.